This map is a more interesting map because I've noticed there's not exactly a whole lot of land to start with. There is some over here, but that's because we're not building at ground level. This is a flooded city. So, instead, the boat just starts here. And we can recycle anything at any time. So I'll place this down a little bit just to claim space. And I can always recycle later, so. On this map, there's no need to feel too stingy. That's not the point of it. So what you can do is gain the points from cleaning the water, and then summon the dredger. It summons dirt. It mines out a whole bunch of dirt from down below, and then it picks it up and just flings it. And you can even place down a power source right where it was, even if you couldn't place that power source there before. Pretty cool. And yes, I am doing a little bit of point farming by getting points from cleaning the water and then putting dirt there to clean. Yes, I am doing that. And who's gonna stop me? I'll do it again. And then you might notice it's reducing the geological stability each time I do this. Which makes sense, but also, if you start worrying about that, you have already lost this scenario. Just keep that in mind. It's a non-issue, basically. Like, stop worrying about it. And just learn how to have a good time. And yes, you can recycle the outer shells of the skyscrapers, leaving them more like just, well, husks, frames. Look at this little guy go. No. Stripped bare. Because of my actions, he does have to swim a lot more than he probably needs to. But to put it mildly, that's a him problem. Also, I have a monorail. There's an interesting thing you can do. Let's say you were to place this right over here. But, as you can see, you can only get 2 uses out of it. Well, it comes with a built-in monorail. So what you can do is fling it over there. What you could even do, if you really want to be a cheapskate, is pick up. Well, you can't pick that up. You do have to actually place down a fresh power source. But say, for example, I want to pick this up, throw it over here. Pick that up, throw it over there. Pick that up, throw it over there. It's cheaper than making an entirely new one, which fits the theme, I gotta admit. Like, that is exactly what you would expect in a game about cleaning up the environment. Yeah, reuse, reduce, recycle, all that. Oh, I just place down fresh stuff. The environmentalists are gonna murder me. Oh well. Oh well. It's not that big a deal. Partially because you do have to place them down in a restricted manner. I don't need this, so I'll just start recycling it all. If I need to place it back down again for whatever reason, I'll worry about it when I get to it. I seem to have blocked him in. Not to worry. There is a solution. So yeah, there's a couple ways to play this. I'm not doing it the most optimally. I'm mostly treating it as a normal map, but where I recycle things a little early. But you do not need to play this like that. You could reuse every single scrap, and that would be out. Completely valid. Completely valid. Who am I to tell you you can't reuse some scrap? Of course, that doesn't mean I'm doing it for no reason. Oh, there's a reason I'm recycling. Related to this stability problems that you may have noticed. But those only apply to certain parts, not to all of it, so it's fine. I wonder if it has something to do with the waste storage bunker. Or perhaps with the other waste storage bunker. That's over there. Or the one over there. Okay. Okay, quickly. Recycle. Recycle before they blow. So, what's about to happen is inevitable. You can't get around it. Minor spoiler with the radiation cleanser, but also these pylons would have been helpful to have earlier. Just saying. But yeah, I'm going to wait for the event to finish before doing anything. It's taking its sweet time, isn't it? Oh. Oh. Can you feel it? Do you hear it? Trembling? It wants to be free. There it is. Stability drops to 0. Also, look how restricted these are. You need that stability to drop before you can do anything. Don't even try to aim for them. Hey, look! It's a toxic waste. Turns out it's not just toxic, it's radioactive. And look at that radioactivity. And look at all of these. So yes, you have to get to the stage for the race to begin, which, you know, it makes sense, but look how much of the map it covers. That's why I've been recycling, because I don't remember their exact ranges. So now the goal is to gradually push it away, is the idea. And you might notice wherever it gets pushed away, you don't need to scrub, because it's already being scrubbed. How much more scrubbing do you possibly need? Okay, that should be all of it. Next up, use sunflowers in this helio cage to neutralize. It's a lot of sunflowers. Okay. Next step, repeat. Repeat. Throw down. Alright, the radioactivity is gone, so now we're getting kelp and fish. There we go. The last of the radioactivity will slowly fade away. that is, but there's some still measurable, just because of like, just it is what it is sort of thing. Anyways, next step, raise the water content without raising temperature, then raise temperature. And hey, look at all this water! Gee, isn't it really convenient that the map is just made out of water, huh? Yeah, awfully convenient. Also get some bamboo. Used to be that this was the map where you were introduced to bamboo, but they got changed, so you might recall it from other maps. I just need roughly to do that. Man, these deciduous are just not... I really thought they would give temperature. I really thought they would. Because, you know, trees. But these ones don't burn so good, I guess. Yeah, it happens. Best laid plans, yada yada. But I can squeeze some over there. And everything I burn, I'll get back in the rains. So now I'll just, let's see. Oh yeah, and I can't place these anymore. Too much temperature. These don't require any buildings, so I've gotten all of these. Time to recycle. And then I'll worry about the last biome. I'll worry about that later. You might notice we're not recycling the anti-radiation stuff, which is probably a good idea. Like, yeah, radiation bad. We should keep scrubbing that. We're not going to environmentally protect ourselves out of that being a real concern. Alright, now you'll see what this does. Yeah, it cleans water on its own, so you don't need to worry about doing any cleaning. But it does have to be completely surrounded. After all, this is creating lagoons. And the lagoons are not very good at well, doing much of anything that involves social interactions. Alright. Cycle that. Next, we have to wait for this to finish and then attach an upgrade, because remember, other missions have shown that we very much can just use any rock anywhere to recycle. Why limit ourselves like that? After all, there's a monorail right here. And that makes room for this gigantic rocket silo. Then we'll add some thrusters. Very expensive. Make sure you have points. I have points. I can do this. Oh yeah, these don't require anything. Just place them straight down. It's really convenient. Okay, now we can recycle the anti-radiation scrubbers. They've done their job. Now we can get rid of them. Okay, next up, uplink for the river valley view on the satellite. You might be wondering, what satellite? Anyways, now we're going to store some fuel and supplies. And then, the desolate island. Next up, we're going to store some cryopods. Some plant and animal cryopods. What would we do with these? Don't worry about it. We recycle a little early though. I'll have to activate the satellite. We will have to recycle this, but later. There are other things at play right now. So for example, the desolate island. Dual Pang. River Valley, Dual Pang. And yes, you might notice this is actually the map as I left it. Alright, next up, volcanic glacier satellite. Uplink. So now, we'll take a look around. Alright. Now we're going to get some life support, just in case. Probably a good idea to have life support on for your rocket ship to go into space to carry these animals or whatever we're planning on doing. Next, we're going to get the satellite uplink for right here. There's the rocket. Because the idea was you would do each one of those 4 places in one after the other, with this being the finale, and then you'd unlock a sort of second campaign. But, you know, things get changed. Not that big a deal. We call it the satellite. And now it floats back down, and we have to go collect. And then place a cap with the seed vaults that we just collected. Okay, one last thing before we launch. Let's get some nice pictures for the photo album. There we go. There we go. Oh, the otters don't have enough room in there. Be free, my boys. Be free. Be free, my boys. You were just impossible to please, you know that? Okay, yeah, that is a bit of a small one. see a panda in there. Okay, eagle. Yeah, that's quite the range. Oh, from how nicely arranged these are and the sheer quantity of animals, you just know this is not my thing. This is a pre-rendered. Boo, fake, boo. They look nice, but it's clearly not mine. Okay, we've been faded to white for a bit. Just, whenever you're ready. Whenever you're ready. And yes, the grayed out areas are levels not yet completed. Can you tell it was supposed to be the final one before? Yeah, anyways. Hey look! New campaign type. Arid! This is what the recent update was all about. These are completely new. Haven't done those, but I'll likely do the quarry, the sprawl, the archipelago, the fjord, and the river first, before I give the desert a go.